Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ivan Penaluna.
I'm Byron Bertram, and on today's episode...
Feelings are real, history is fake.
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young broads in a schoolyard. Well, let me tell a joke.
I wanted this to be professional.
I don't gotta listen to this shit.
You certainly don't, pal. Because the good news is... Awesome!
With Byron Bertram and Ivan Penaluna.
Okay, so this is the story. Actually, I just want to start by saying we've got Eric Amber with us today.
How's it going, everyone?
Are you all right?
You just came here from Alberta.
It's true. I came from a racist province just to, add a little element to this dialogue.
I'm glad you're here because this is a topic that I think you'll be able to provide a lot of input on. This, of course, is the story about what's going on in American campuses at the moment. A lot of crazy shit going on in American campuses right now. It's almost like college students in America, or at least a small, a largish minority of them, are basically throwing their rattle out of the pram and having their own way.
School is boring, it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I protested by skipping and getting Slurpees and, shoplifting, cheesies in between playing Street Fighter 2.
So, if anybody who doesn't know, basically, there's been a lot of activity on campuses. It's bordering on ridiculousness and bullying now. It's cultural Marxism run amok. I mean, this is basically how Pol Pot started. For those of you who don't know Pol Pot, he was the creator of the Khmer Rouge. They had slogans.
I thought it was just a Vietnamese dish.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
no,
the
no.
creator. He created
He created the
Khmer Rouge was a TV show. I'm the creator of the Khmer Rouge.
He was the George...
I'm the producer and the creator, and I'm the artistic director of the Khmer Rouge. I did the black pajamas, and I also did the red scarves.
Oh, did you create the Khmer Rouge?
Yeah, no, the RPG-7s and the Kalashnikovs, they were from the Chinese.
He was the George Lucas of the Cambodian genocide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for those of you who don't know who Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge are, they were the engineers
dictator
of
Cambodia.
Yeah, engineers of the Cambodian genocide from 1975 to 1979. It only stopped actually when the Vietnamese went in there and went, whoa, this is outrageous even for us.
Yeah.
You guys have got to stop this shit.
How did you get into the role of the Khmer Rouge? Well, I ate 3 bananas a day and nothing else for a year, and then I just went fucking crazy.
This is what's happening on American campuses right now. People are going fucking nuts.
Too many vegans.
All they're missing are the black pajamas, basically.
And that's what basically universities across America are like protesting all kinds of perceived
slights and offenses.
And racism, and they're finding ghosts where they're not.
Yeah, this is like I say. This is how the Khmer Rouge started. This is absolutely virulent Marxism that you're seeing here.
Looking under rocks to find racism?
I'm going to suggest that maybe it's because university degrees cost so much money, they just want to get their money's worth. Like, I'm going to fucking school, and I'm going to create some shit because it costs me so much.
See, this is what's good at just about community college. You protest, it's like, dude, you're not paying anything. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's what's a good thing about BCIT.
Yeah.
Right? At least you get to learn how to be a plumber. You won't have anything to say about, world politics at the end of it, but you'll know how to fix a tap.
Yeah, that's cool. I never even went to university, so fucking that's racist, right?
Well, you're white, so you not going to university is just kind of like, you don't deserve it, really. And if you are white and you go to university, you better feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. The latest one, just to give everybody the heads up, is Woodrow Wilson, US president. They're now saying that his statue and his name has to be removed because, well, he's racist, or he was racist.
Well, here's the thing. So now why is everything... Okay, we just found out he's racist? Okay, but you had 100 years to find out if he's racist. By the way, if you're going to ruin statues of people from 100 years ago because they're racist, everybody was racist back then. I mean, Lincoln freed the slaves, but let's be honest, he was probably still racist. Are we going to remove Kennedy's names anywhere? Oh, Kennedy was sexist. He's a womanizer. Oh, he wasn't faithful.
Get rid of him as well.
Let's get rid of him.
So what the plan is to basically get rid of all of history and then just forge forward with a beautiful, utopian, progressive future.
Where there is no history.
There is no history.
Because we won't exist.
Nope. There is only ideals. Logic and reason don't matter anymore. Philosophy's out the window. Basically, I mean, philosophy to these people is offensive because
Yeah.
it means that you actually go through things. You contemplate things. You argue things with other people. I mean, argument is done. You can't argue with these people. They're going to scream and shout at you, call you a pig and a racist for the slightest little thing. So philosophy's dead. History's dead. These people are fucking dangerous.
I think, therefore, I am white.
You know what? Is Black Friday today, but as my friend said, all Fridays matter.
That's very clever, but obviously quite offensive to some of the
Yeah,
people.
I'm just giving. I didn't write that. Ryan McEwen did. I'm just going to give out there because I know he'll listen, complain, and be like,
Does that mean that all discounts matter?
Yeah. No, only black screen TVs.
White Monday, Green Wednesday.
White guilt Monday. After you bought all that shit you didn't need.
I want an Asian discount.
Yeah. What? It is a discount. All the shit's made in China.
Oh,
And you shop at Walmart. What do you expect? Slave labor prices.
I want to pay what it costs you to pay a Chinese man to make this.
Well, that's racist.
Speaking of which, when is Santa? All the elves? I'm pretty sure they're all Asian.
Definitely Asian.
Well, that depends. I mean, are they white? They're white, but they're little. So that's kind of, I don't know where that leaves us with that. I'm confused. It's a confusing world we live in now. I can't keep up with these guys. They keep on inventing new benchmarks, which we all have to, rise to.
Now, this is racist. This is sexist. This is homophobic. Oh, shit. How do you we just found out. How did you just find out? Because we said so.
You know
Why?
what they need? You know what they need? They need a fucking war to go and fight in. And then, they can go to war, come back, and then tell us how offensive everything is.
Well, basically, this conversation is stupid because every time you read the newspaper and read another demand from some university, you're like, this is ridiculous. Are these kids actually going to class? Is a test racist? Is your grades racist? You know what? You know what I mean? Are you with me?
Yeah. Well, I don't understand. Why
Well, I
are you
don't
even going
think
to university? Why don't you just be a full-time protester?
Yeah, it's not like they're racist. Maybe they, the fact that you have a meritorious system is offensive. Maybe having people who have A's, B's, and C's that's offensive to people who get C's.
Yeah.
But this is it. This is what they want to create. What they want to create is a system where failure is rewarded and success.
Gold star, you showed up and protested.
Exactly.
You know what? To your point, they should just cancel university across the board. How about this year? Nobody goes to school.
All right, when universities nowadays are a farce anyway, because basically, as many people have pointed out previously, if you want a good grade from your cultural Marxist professor,
You just have to have sex with them.
or you write down the shit that they want to say. It's not about thinking. It's not about critical thinking. It's not about arguing or meditating on questions of the day. It's about writing what people expect you to write.
Well,
That's
it's
how
like,
you get a fucking
who
good
killed
line out of it.
JFK? Lee Harvey Oswald. I think there was more to do with it. Fail. Lee Harvey Oswald. That's it.
Well, that's one example, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that's an example.
Yeah.
Well, like Byron, I didn't go to university, but that's because I was sexually assaulted by my high school teacher, and I was punished for it.
Oh, you're full of all these great stories, Eric. There's never a dull moment with you around.
No, I mean,
even going to high school, it was exciting for you.
Well, yeah, exciting is a way you could put it. Somebody got excited
Wow.
at my white little ass.
Jesus. And it wasn't girls.
It wasn't girls.
So something actually happened to you.
Yeah.
Something actually happened to you, but you had no recourse.
I had no recourse because my teacher got fresh with me, and I fought back. And because I physically attacked him, I was expelled.
Right.
So I didn't, but I was too embarrassed and ashamed to tell my parents what had happened. And a lot of my friends saw me attack him. So
Right.
it was like everybody saw me attack my teacher,
Yeah.
but nobody knows why I attacked him,
Right.
And I didn't get to go to university. I didn't get to, I felt really ashamed and stupid my whole life. I didn't get to go to a good school, and my parents were ashamed of me.
Right.
And so I ran away from home and joined the circus. That's how I met Byron and became a street performer. And so I always had that stigma of not being able to, graduate school or go to university, all because of that thing that happened.
You know what? If getting sexually assaulted keeps you out of school, I wish I got sexually assaulted.
Yeah,
Because
but
school fucking sucks.
It did. But I was white. So like in a weird way.
You were.
I was white.
At least
I'm
you're not
white
anymore.
No,
at least you did something about that.
But like, no, because when you're a white male, you don't get to have victim
Feelings?
status.
You don't get to have feelings, do you?
No, you don't get to have
Fuck how you feel.
feelings
No one
or
cares.
victim status. You don't get that.
No one cares.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit, right?
No.
You just went to the wrong white school.
I went to the wrong, terrible white school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would say about that is that, nowadays everybody goes to university, right? And I think the people who are, special nowadays or unusual are the ones that don't. And most of the people that I know that didn't go to university are the most interesting and, in to a large extent, successful.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, what do you want to do after high school? I want to get in debt taking a subject that I don't give a shit about just to please my parents. Awesome. Welcome to adulthood.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing about not going to university is I have no debt.
Yeah, I made money. I saved money being a gypsy clown fucking carny. Right? So then everybody else like, well, I got a degree and I'm $150,000 in debt taking a psychology and philosophy degree and I got my PhD and blah, blah, blah. Fucking
Oh, no, but what
studies
did
of
you get?
nothing
You must be
important.
better than me.
But what did you get a PhD in? And you'll say, well, what was it? It's North American Aboriginal Studies. But you're white. Yeah, I know. But it's a subject that's really close to my heart.
Cool.
I'm not buying that. I'm just not buying. I know people who've got.
And then it'd be like, oh, okay, well, no, that's cool. That's a great subject. What are you going to do now? How are you going to put that into practice? Don't judge me. You're managing a Starbucks, aren't you? Yeah.
But, in fairness, all fairness to what's going on in America, there is a lot of racism and bigotry and homophobia in America. And I get that. I totally understand that that's real.
But not on campus.
But in campus, it's like you can't say that you're an institution of liberalism and opinions and education and then bar anyone from having liberal views or education or opinions. Yeah?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless what you're actually
When are they just
striving for is something other.
Yeah, they're striving for this thing that doesn't exist. And if they had gone to school and learned what fucking Lenin and Stalin and Hitler and Pol Pot had done, they would realize that their socialist fucking ideas are fucking crazy.
Well, they're dangerous.
They're super dangerous.
This is where we are right now. Is is very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous.
And basically, they are going to create a fucking a nightmare world, all because they didn't go to class and listen to history.
You know what? There was an article that came out. It was in 2012, and it was in the Guardian of all places. And it's called "The Tyranny of Decency." It's the first time I'd ever seen anybody write an article on just this subject. And I posted it on social media at the time and said, "Yes, finally, somebody's putting into words things that I've suspected and felt for a long time." And people gave me a load of shit for going, "What are you saying? There's no pattern here." I was thinking, but now that article it seems prophetic because it's all coming true. Everything that article said about us creating this tyranny of decency, where it's not about the jackboot of Stalinism, it's more about the soft velvet glove of mob rule via social media. And societal expectation. People are kept in check by other people, and social media really, really facilitates this.
The book Brave New World, they talk about social conditioning children from the age of 4 or 5, and everybody's on drugs to just keep them calm, keep them Soma is the name of the drug.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a child who's got any issues, first thing they want to do, and I can speak with experience on this, first thing they want to do as soon as you walk in the door, I'm going to put him on some drugs. I'm going, whoa, you've just met him. No, we're going to put him on some drugs. No, I don't think we are. Because you start giving kids drugs age 5, right? It changes the brain. It changes the way their brain develops, and they'll never be the same again. You'll never have a chance to be, for want of a better word, normal or stable. It changes the chemistry from a very, very early age. The brain develops with those drugs. Anyway, fuck it, there's no jokes in there. Over to you.
Well, whatever.
You're on drugs, aren't
I'm
you,
on
Byron?
drugs, but you know what? I'm kind of the other feeling of that. Like, I'm on Prozac, whatever. I got
Is it good? Do you
OCD.
snort it? Do you smoke it?
No, I stick it in my ass.
Right?
Yeah, Yeah, it balances out the serotonin levels. No, okay.
How long have you been on it?
I've been on it like 20 years, man.
20 years on
Yeah.
Prozac.
So when you were a teenager, you started taking it.
Yeah, when I was 17. But I was at severe OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And so the other side of that is like, okay, I get a lot of these self-righteous hippie friends that are like, dude, you know, that shit is fucking terrible, man. You just need to go on St. John's Wort, look in the mirror, and fucking sing Mongolian throat chants. Meow, now. It's like, fuck you, man. You know, meanwhile, that person's line was doctor about back pain to get a prescription marijuana. He's an alcoholic cokehead.
Yeah, fuck
shooting
those
up in
guys.
front of me, just being like, dude, you wouldn't go to somebody with diabetes and be like, you know, he's like, get off your insulin, just get on the aspartame cleanse, okay? Just fucking chant to your pancreas, fucking Mongolian throat chants. Namaste. No, fuck off. Just give me my fucking happy pills. I'm sick of being miserable.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. Yeah, no, that's the best advert I'd ever seen for Prozac.
I like my misery.
I know you do. You embrace it. You should be
I
on
embrace
medication
my
now.
anger. Okay, look, I'm an asshole, and I get it. I know that I'm an asshole, but I embrace it. You know, because I'm sick and tired of like stepping around everybody's emotions all the time. Like you say, everybody thinks that their emotions are true, but that ain't the fucking truth.
No.
Just because you feel sad doesn't mean everything is shit. And just because you're feeling happy doesn't mean you should have unprotected sex with any fucking bozo that walks by.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
unprotected
Like,
sex
control your
is
emotions.
the best.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I say,
Unprotected sex is awesome.
reason and logic have left the building.
Yeah.
Reason and logic have left the building. There's no place for that anymore. There's no place for philosophy. It's dead. They're now trying to destroy history. And when they're done with that, they'll forge forward with a culture of ideals.
But there's nothing
That's
more
nothing more progressive than that. That is basically summing up the progressive culture in a nutshell.
I agree, but there's nothing more emotional than a teenage girl. So you take a teenage girl and you put her in university, and you're like, "Oh my God!" That just is like everything is super to superpower degree. You know?
Yeah.
When are teenage girls
I've
going
seen
to
Legally
outlaw? When's Columbus University going to? When's that name going to change? Because a bunch of teenage girls will be like, "We just found out he wasn't nice. He didn't even go to India. Change it."
What about Pol Pot Tech? They're going to change that name.
Pol
sooner or
Pot
later.
Tech, yeah, that'd be good.
But
That-
like you said in a previous episode, Hitler really should have just gone to art school.
He really should have, man. If Hitler went to art school, the world would have changed. Political correctness wouldn't have existed.
So
And that guy was a good fucking painter.
So what you're saying is, and so you're saying that basically everything that came out of the First World War, the injustice of the Treaty of Versailles, all of that resentment, the collapse of the German economy, all of those things wouldn't have resulted in the rise of the Third Reich, even if my point is it would have happened with somebody else at the helm.
Even if Hitler got...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Hitler
these-
had a successful art career.
It was a perfect storm of nationalist dictatorship.
Yeah, maybe Doug Hitler would have taken over.
Yeah, Doug Hitler.
Oh,
Billy
that-
Hitler. Billy Hitler's here.
He went to art
Bernie
school.
Hitler.
Bernie Hitler.
But you know what? The other subject in universities is of course climate change. Everybody's like clamoring on to climate change. Oh, if you don't believe in climate change, you're a fucking idiot, or you're evil, or you need to be put in prison as a denier. It's like now climate change equals the Holocaust, and if you don't agree with my opinion on climate change, you're a fucking genocidal fucking maniac. You know, but the thing is, it's not. I'm not causing climate change. You know, I'm not the one who's doing it. You know who's doing it is all those little old ladies who buy fucking knickknacks. And all those the ocean is full of toys that we don't need. That's what's killing the planet. People's obsession with shit they don't need.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're right. But you've just made me realize something. What's killing the planet is having 7 billion people on it.
Well, there's that too.
I mean, that's it, basically. You know, if we don't produce all this shit,
We just got to stop fucking.
we just got, there's too many people on the planet.
You can have all those people. They just can't all have knickknacks.
They can't all have.
Well, they don't. It's called the third world.
This is what
Have you been to the third world? It's covered in garbage and
Actually,
1970s clothing.
That's where they make all
it's
the
covered in
knickknacks, to be
knickknacks.
honest.
The third world is covered in knickknacks.
Yeah.
and
They're the
bad
ones who
clothing.
make it.
Yeah.
For my
And
grandmother.
they buy
Yeah.
it. And they buy it as well.
You
Because
know-
all they can afford is knickknacks.
Speaking of third world and climate change, so the Pope, the Pope was in, was it Nigeria?
Kenya.
He was in Kenya, so he's in Kenya, and he's like, hey everybody,
Is that how he does it? Does he go,
Him
hey,
and Obama
everybody?
are both children of Kenya.
Yeah, they're just like, yo, what's up, fucking Pope Francis, motherfucker. Well, he's like, yo, hey, I'm the Pope. Hey, guys, Africa. I just want to tell you about climate change. And they're like, it is really nice here. Give us food. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't care about climate change. We're
Yeah,
hungry.
we don't care. No. I want to pull a fish out of that lake. That's all I care about.
Yeah, and plus the weather's really nice, so they're like, why? Fuck, weather ain't our problem. Give us water and food.
Well,
Maybe weather is a problem too.
No, but they're right not to give a shit about the problems of the West. You know what? Like, we don't give a fuck. We're starving. We all got, we got HIV. We got fucking all kind. We got bad water.
We got Ebola.
We got fucking problems.
Oh,
Fuck
hang on,
you and
mate.
your fucking climate change.
And here you're missing the biggest problem that Kenya has: Islamic extremism. They basically live right next door to Somalia. They're fucking constantly putting up with Islamic attacks. I would say that Islamic extremism is probably a much bigger threat.
No, I think
to Kenyan
famine. I think
security.
famine's more.
Well, in
bigger.
Kenya, I mean, I don't think that Kenya is one of those places that you think of as having lots and lots of starving people. I mean, that might change in the future, and it might have been the case in the past. I don't think there's ever been a real major starvation in Kenya. But the point is that Islamic extremism is a real threat, a daily threat to the lives of those who live in Kenya. And as people have been pointing out over the last 2 weeks, they're having the climate change conference in Paris. It's ironic. 2 weeks earlier, they actually had a threat. You know?
And if the West are the countries that talk about climate change the most, right? Western nations, and yet it's the same nations that talk about climate change that are using depleted uranium bombs on the Middle East. They're bombing the shit. Since 2001, since 9/11, they have been literally bombing 1/4 of the world with fucking radioactive bombs. Do you think that has anything to do with climate change? Oh, it doesn't? Fuck you, it doesn't. It's like you guys are irradiating 1/4 of the planet, and then you're talking about climate change.
It doesn't have anything to do with climate change, but it poisons the population.
Totally does.
Yeah, of course.
And salts the earth so that nothing can grow there.
Yeah.
I like salt.
Fair enough. No, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. This is why we get you on, Eric, for the big laughs.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what Byron said to me the other day. He's like, yeah, this is all great, but have you been laid lately?
He's not been laid for a little while, has he?
I got laid recently. A really nice girl, but she has cats. Because no woman in my age group doesn't own cats.
That's very true. That's very true. And the older you get, the more cats they have.
The more, it's an exponential.
Yeah, because, 5 years... How old are you now?
I'm 42.
42. When you get to 47, they're going to have 4 cats.
Dude, I can't...
You get into your 60s, they have 7 cats.
They're just fucking
crazy. It's like crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
And any woman who doesn't have a cat will get one eventually.
Any woman who doesn't have a cat has kids.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
way
It's
it
either
works.
a cat or kids.
That's it.
Either way, they got dependent, and it's gonna shit everywhere.
You're not going to have kids and then get 9 cats.
I don't understand why people need to own animals. They are you serious? This thing carries disease and lives in your house and sleeps on your pillow,
Shits
and you have
everywhere.
to pick and shits everywhere, and you got to pick up the shit.
Oh, and then when you go anywhere, it smells of dogs or cats, and there's hair all over the place.
Everything I own is covered in cat hair. I dated this girl with 2 dogs. She used to ask me to take my shoes off. I'm like, what? I have to take my shoes off?
To come in
your
your
dogs
fucking
are covered
house?
in fucking mud. Oh, how about I just sweep up all the dog hair and put it directly in my boots? Right.
How long did that relationship last?
Almost a year.
But in her defense, she was really good at giving blowjobs.
She was, and it wouldn't have lasted as long if she wasn't so good at blowjobs.
Oh, dear. Byron stole that from you just there.
Yeah.
That was perfect for you, but Byron just took the,
I literally
took the air out of it.
I literally
Before you-
cock-blocked.
You cock-blocked that joke.
You always cock-block my jokes.
I cock-block a joke about cock.
Oh dear! He can't.
So,
he sees a headline. He sees a punchline coming. He goes, "I've got to have it. I've got to have it. I've got to have
Can't
it."
let
Even if it's going to serve the other person better, I've got to have it.
Well, do you
I
know
might
what?
just get
You know-
35% out of this punchline, but I've still got to have it.
I'm way better at setups, but I never get to the punchline because my setups are too good.
Well, that's because I have nothing like intelligent to offer. So all I have is a fucking comedy sound bites.
That's true.
So if you take that away from me, then I'm just this third fucking wheel.
Last night I told a joke about cats on stage, and then after the show, Sharon Mahoney was like, "Hey, can I take that joke?"
No, it's mine.
And she's like, "No, I'm going to do it anyway."
Fuck off. All right, guys. We spent enough time on. We're talking about universities. Now we're talking about cats and shagging. We better go to the fucking news.
Let's do it. Let's go to the fucking news.
This is the fucking news.
All right, go. In 5, 4. I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
This is the fucking news.
Fucking thing sucks.
Today in the fucking news, making the social media rounds this week, a yoga class has been that was offered free to students of the University of Ottawa since 2008 has been canceled. Who cares, right? It's the reason, though, that people are actually caring about. The class was canceled due to cultural appropriation. An email sent to yoga teacher Jennifer Scharf, geez, what a name, said the following: many of these cultures are cultures that have experienced oppression, cultural genocide, and dysphoria due to colonization and Western supremacy. And we need to be mindful of this and how we express ourselves while practicing yoga. So essentially, they shut down the entire thing because yoga is Indian, and India was colonized by white people, and they don't want white people.
That's
doing
like
yoga.
so politically correct. You're shutting down the most politically correct exercise.
How do they get up out of bed in the morning? These people, you know, it's like having it's like having a neurological disorder where you're lying in bed in the morning and you go, right, I've got to get up, and you go, fuck, but that means I've got to put my feet on the ground, and there might be an organism on the ground there, and I could kill it. Fuck. Okay, there's another way of getting up. Nope. Okay, fuck, I can't get up. All right, I'm going to need something to eat. Yeah, but I'm going to have to eat something then. And like whether it's plant matter or animal, something's going to have to die so I can survive.
It can't be a restaurant.
This is terrible.
It can't be like a Vietnamese food.
No, I can't
be
eat
Chinese
I
food.
can't eat any of that.
Can't be Indian food.
No. I've just got to, and I just, I may as well just stay in bed. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll stay in bed and starve to death.
But then you might crush your bed bugs.
Oh, what if your back hurts? You better be mindful of which direction Mecca is, right?
Oh.
You can't bend over in that direction. That's cultural appropriation.
This is
I should just kill myself, but I can't use a guillotine because that's French.
Yeah. I can't poison myself because that's what bitches do.
And I can't hang myself because so many people have been oppressed by the hangman's rope.
Can't jump in front of a train because that's what Japanese do.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm just going to lie in bed and starve myself to death.
I'm just going to
I can't shoot myself because, the Chinese invented gunpowder, and that's racist.
So racist. Every gun is a racist delivery device.
Yeah.
They didn't make that gunpowder.
They should issue a trigger warning with guns.
We can't use bow and arrow because that is Indian appropriation.
I can't breathe.
You can if you put a little sucky pad on them.
You were motioning to the middle of your brow. That's bindi. That's more cultural
I
appropriation.
can't breathe because then it's like carbon that goes out of me, and that's like
Killing people.
That's climate change.
It's killing thousands of people in
You're
the third
breathing
world.
out
Your carbon
poison, and I
dioxide.
am very offended.
Yes.
This is the world that they want us to live in.
Oh my God!
It's-
See, that's
it's-
why I've decided to just be the biggest asshole ever.
I know.
Because
I'm there.
I used to hate myself. Now I hate everyone else, and I feel so much better.
Do you know what? They want you to hate yourself, and I think most people can say this. You spend so much of your time, especially when you're younger, going, okay, I'm going to try and accommodate this, but then you just start hating yourself, and people are going, yeah, you should hate yourself, and you go, yeah, I'm a fucking bad person. Yeah, you should hate yourself because you do terrible things. Yeah, I do terrible things. I'm a bad person. And then you get to a certain age, you go, you know what? Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
This
And
is
then there's some people who are like,
ridiculous.
yeah, tell me I'm bad. Tell me I'm bad.
Yeah,
oh,
they
yeah.
have to pay
oh,
extra
yeah.
money
Tell me
for
I'm
that,
bad. Oh, shit on me. Shit on me.
Mic up the jerking off motion he's making.
Just shit all over me. I'm a bad person. Oh, yeah.
Eric here is doing his impression of a British politician.
He jerks off with two hands. That's interesting.
He has to hold it.
You got to hold one down and just rub the end.
It's so big. So big.
he's basically saying he's
it.
got a big dick, and that's racist. What are you fucking saying? You're Nigerian?
Hey,
Whoa.
saying black people have big penises is racist.
Jesus.
How dare you compliment an entire race of people on something that all men care about?
So if girls want to fuck black guys because they have big dicks, that means they're
That's
being racist against me.
No, it's just racist. Yeah.
No, well, whatever. You're white. Shut up.
There
You
we
don't have
go.
any feelings
White
There we go.
privilege.
or opinions.
And a man. And
No, I agree with you, Harry. It's much better being a fucking dickhead and to everybody than it is sort of like
accommodating everybody until you
accommodating
can't do
everybody and
anything.
hating yourself. Yeah.
I think they should ban the alphabet because some very hurtful words come from those letters.
Yep. When I was a kid, my father used to say "fuck them all," and I was like, "Dad, you're being mean." And then and then I realized he was right You know, like that's how you preserve your self-worth, by just saying fuck everybody else. And it sounds harsh.
You know what? I offer my son not exactly that advice, but what I say is, you know what? Because nowadays, right, kids at school, they say, if you get in trouble, tell the teacher. I can tell you from experience, when I was a kid, that's fucking terrible advice. That's really bad advice. So what I say to him is, listen, if somebody's doing something you don't like it, tell them. Warn them verbally. Warn them again. If they keep on and it's physical, you can fucking punch them. And you know what? Bullies only respond to one thing, and that's a good smack. All right? So that's my advice to you.
Your son's going to be a great bully.
No, he's...
No, that's true. I was in well over 35 fights in school. I fought every bully in every grade. Kids would come up to me and to ask me to fight their bully for them, which I would say no, but then the bully would be in tow because they're chasing this pathetic little kid, and then he'd be like, oh, you talking to that loser? And then I'd end up like beating the crap out of him.
There you go.
But it's true, though. And the amount of bullies that I beat up who then immediately wanted to become my best friend was like, I'd say 90%. Yeah. 90% of people that I like beat up in high school or mostly elementary school, they all wanted to be my friend after, which was fucking weird.
That's always the way. If you beat up a bully, yeah, he's your friend.
Well, it's like I'm their father now.
Yeah.
It's a very sad, very true comment.
So if Russia beats the shit out of America, they'll finally get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll respect them for it.
Yeah.
They'll respect them. That's it. That's the way it works.
The
That's what I tell
Vietnamese
him.
beat America, right? And now look at the Vietnamese. Everybody loves Vietnamese.
Well, I don't think that's a good example. I don't think that's a good example, but you know, it's like America's going, where's Vietnam? We've forgotten.
I think
forgot where
America
Vietnam
is
was.
Impervious to being defeated, because even when they are defeated, they still do movies about how it was still a victory. We feel bad about it, so that's the victory.
No, they just bombed the shit out of it, left, and then they're just like, we're just bored of this.
Yeah, we made a bunch of movies that made millions of dollars. So who
we
really
did
lost?
They actually did win.
Who really lost?
Hey, Platoon won Best Picture. I guess we won.
We lost in Vietnam, but we won so many Best Pictures.
What they do in Britain is they do something slightly different, and they've got a long history of it. What they do in Britain is they take a humiliating defeat and they turn it into a kind of 300 scenario. So the charge of the Light Brigade, they'll say, yeah, we sent 660 men into a valley full of Turkish guns and Russian cavalry, and it was a suicide.
Yeah, we got to
mission.
be the underdog, even though we're the big bully.
But what we're going to do, is turn that into a cultural high point, and we're going to celebrate that for centuries to come.
That sounds like Canadian film and television. We don't make anything of good content, but we're proud of it.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, fuck you. Have you seen the Romeo section? I'm on that show.
You're on that show,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Is it any good?
It is good. It's a good show.
Is it
Especially
good?
the scenes you're in.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you watch it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep towing that line, man. Just keep towing that
Do you
line.
think everybody should watch it?
Yeah, I like it.
How many people do you think should watch it on a nightly basis?
Lots.
How many?
All of
like
them.
a lot?
All the people.
Do you think that all the people in Canada should watch Romeo
I think they
Section?
should be legally required to.
Right. You think
It's
that
like,
everybody
Especially
in Canada?
next week, because then I got my scene.
Sorry?
Yeah.
It's like Mr. D. You ever seen that show?
No.
It fucking sucks, but
Fuck
it's filled
Mr.
with
D.
I
really
like Mr.
funny
D.
people.
Yeah.
It's filled with super funny people all the time, and I would watch it for them, but every scene is just muted and boring. And
No, I like Mr. D. He's edgy.
Well,
There
it's,
was one
it's
good
Canadian
scene.
comedy, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's why.
One good scene in like the first season, it was like the second episode where he kept shoving over this. She's like, "Hey, glasses." A little Chinese girl playing basketball. I was like, "You need a strap for those glasses," and she's like, "No, I don't." So he like shoves her over, and her glasses fall off. And he's like, "Yeah, you do. See,
See, there you go. See, that's
That
not,
was
That's
funny.
not really. That's,
And
yeah,
then
that's
that was
not,
it. And-
That's not really CBC content.
No,
though, is it?
it's like they fixed it after that. After that episode, it ceased to be edgy.
They were just like, "Oh, that's funny. Better fix that."
Yeah, but I hope it keeps going because it's employing a lot of people. I really care.
Well, they're
for,
moving
so.
it to apparently it's going to ABC or something.
Yeah,
Really?
that's where it'll
Yeah.
go to die.
Well, I hope they take Jerry D's great, Mark Little, Mark Forward. Those guys are all like fucking hilarious. That
The Americans, they don't mince words. They're like, "Oh, this Canadian show? Yeah, it sucks. Fuck you."
So they bought it just to boot fuck it?
I think so.
Let's just buy this so it's off Canadian television.
That's
that's-
why they buy a lot of things.
Yeah, let's just buy this so this country. We're doing Canada a favor. Let's just buy this.
Buy this and bury it.
Yeah, that's the American way.
is that what happened to Little Mosque on the Prairie?
No, that show is really popular in Pakistan.
I
Really?
can
Yeah,
imagine
it was huge in Pakistan.
Oh,
yeah.
CBC's playing on the wrong country.
Yeah, they're making shows that no Canadian wants to watch.
What are you talking about?
That is brilliant.
Have you seen the Romeo section? It's fucking great.
Is that made by
Shut up, Byron, and you and your Romeo section bullshit. Because you got paid to do 2 minutes on Romeo section, you're telling everybody that show is good. It's not good. It's shit. It's Canadian fucking broadcasting shit. And you're my friend, and you're shit in it. So fuck you, Byron.
I'm on next week, by the way.
Is that done by the maker of Da Vinci's Inquest?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you got a high-pitched voice.
There
you go. There you go.
Yeah, it's a good show. Anyway, I'm on it next week, so you can't preemptively judge me.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
You
what else we
haven't
got?
seen my acting
Go
ability.
watch Romeo section.
Guys, this is the fucking news.
Yeah, there we go.
Snap through it.
Next up in the fucking news, concerned neighbours called police in the small town of Wollstonecraft in Sydney, Australia, when they heard what they thought was a case of domestic abuse. The neighbours heard a man scream, "I'm going to kill you," followed by a woman screaming shortly after 2 a.m. What follows is the police transcript, which they actually posted to social media. Policeman, where is your wife? I don't have one. Where is your girlfriend? I don't have one. We have a report of domestic and a woman screaming. Where is she? I don't know what you're talking about. I live alone. We heard reports of death threats, screams, and crashing of furniture. It was a spider, a really big one. What about the woman screaming? Yeah, sorry, that was me. I really, really hate spiders. This is all over social media.
Yeah, but this is in
posted that.
Australia.
Yeah.
So it could well have been a big fucking spider.
It was a big fucking spider.
I've been to Australia, and it's just like, yeah, mate, this fucking spot is fucking huge, mate.
Yeah, they're like 12 inches across, some of them.
They're massive. I remember as an Australian, there was like this cockroach, and it was the size of my hand. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then I fell asleep, and I woke up, and it was replaced by an even bigger spider that ate it. And then this Australian's like, oh, that's just a huntsman, mate. No, he just grabbed it. And I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, huntsmans aren't deadly.
No, they're fine.
They're just giant. They're really like, they're fucking scary looking now. They hunt birds. That's why they're called huntsmen.
Yeah.
So you got a spider that isn't dangerous, but it's big enough to eat a bird.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird. That's Australia for you.
Yeah.
I'm actually, this guy makes sense. Those fucking spiders are scary.
Yeah, you're like, what, a grown man screaming like a little girl. Yeah, that makes sense.
Welcome to
A
fucking
man scared
Australia,
of
mate.
spiders living in Australia. That man should move. It's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Next up in fucking news, a man from Maryland has lived for the last 25 years of his life on a rather unusual diet. For 25 years, he's eaten nothing but pizza. Dan, a slim, normal-looking 38-year-old woodworker, eats nothing but pizza every day of his life and has become something of an internet celebrity, allowing people to use such terms to examples as to why to not eat healthy, why they can eat pizza all the time. Fat chance, though, because the guy has diabetes and frequently gets low blood sugar. You told me about this, Byron. I actually know way too much about this guy. I've known shit tons. The only reason they say 25 is because the last time they reported on it was 5 years ago when they said 20 years on pizza. And then when he hits 30 years, if he's still alive, that'll be the story again, 5 years again.
There was a guy in Britain similar when I was growing up. He was on the Record Breakers, which is a show back then. And he had lived entirely up to about the age of 20 on baked beans. I would imagine that baked beans, although they haven't got the vegetable content, they are probably healthier for you than...
Yeah, you got protein.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, you've got minerals and iron and stuff like that with beans.
But pizza, I mean, hey, it's got the 4 major food groups, right? That's what you need.
Fish.
No, that's the thing, though. This is... I know way too much about this guy. He doesn't just eat... Like, we say pizza. We go, oh, you can have all these different food groups. He eats cheese pizza only.
Oh, wow. So he doesn't get any vegetables or any protein.
In fact, there's a Vice doc on him, and they offer him a pizza that has mushrooms on it, and he has an anger response. He actually flips out, and he doesn't want it near him, which has actually sparked people studying him, and they've actually diagnosed a new phobia, and it's basically related to, like, you know, when you have a kid that is won't eat things and he's finicky eater.
Yeah.
It's some people, a very rare percentage, grow up and stay that way, and it's apparently like a food phobia.
So the guy was never spanked, basically.
Yeah.
Just like, you're gonna fucking eat this little shit.
You know what?
Well, you have children, Ivan.
I do.
And how do you make them eat
Thank you for
things?
reminding me.
I'm sorry, this was your happy place for a moment.
Yeah, this is my happy place. Be it coming down here and doing this is my fucking happy place. It's amazing, isn't it? How do I get them to eat stuff that they don't want to eat? I can't make them do that.
Okay.
What I can do is I could torture them and say, you're not having anything else until you eat that. But I had that done to me, and that's terrible. I still remember it. So, what you do is you try and give them food that they like. But luckily, and there's no jokes in this, but fuck it, we're committed now. Luckily, they like vegetables and fruit because we got them eating vegetables and fruit at a very, very early age.
Oh, that's good.
So
by the way, if you only eat one food like this, that's bad for you for 20 odd years or something like that, makes you do crazy shit like get busted for kiddie porn. Subway, eat fresh.
There's one funny story that I know about this guy. He has such low blood pressure because of his shitty diet. He's been known to pass out pretty frequently, including after just purchasing a brand new car off the lot. He drove it home, passed out on the way home, turned the thing into a ditch, totaled the car. This is the person everyone's like, I love this guy. Pizza, only pizza.
See, this is
He's
what pizza
nuts.
does to you, man.
Yeah.
Pizza destroys cars.
How does this guy hold down a job to be able to afford a car? Or
He's a woodworker too. He's working with like fucking saws and shit.
So he's got a bit of strength.
He's gonna fall over onto that fucking thing.
Does he? What about does he drink alcohol? Does he drink?
I don't know. He's sweaty as shit though.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It says he's sweaty.
Well, you can see it. There's a Vice doc. You can watch him eat pizza. Actually, there's another funny thing.
Cheese sweats as well.
Yeah, just cheese. The other funny thing is in the Vice doc, he talks about how his favorite pizza joint, he can't go back there anymore because he had a pizza-related deal gone bad. So he was trading them. I believe it was like an old typewriter or something like that. No, it was an old pizza bag. Like a pizza bag from a long time. He's supposed to trade it, and he says he wanted 3 pies, and they gave him 2 pies. And he got into a giant argument, and then he was banned from that pizza joint.
He sounds like an emotionally volatile guy because he doesn't have a very good diet.
Yeah.
So he's probably, I'm sure his temperament isn't fucking even out by eating enough kale.
Has he got a significant other?
He does, actually, and she says they're engaged to be married, at least at the time that I saw that, and she's a little bit worried. She feels like this whole thing's probably going to break up the relationship.
Yeah, no, my immediately.
That's even worse than having cats.
What about what's the cake? It's going to be a pizza, right?
So is he a big guy? Is he a large or an extra large?
He's skinny. He's
skinny.
Yeah, it goes to show you it's metabolism.
He's
that's
skinny.
That's why I'm
white.
chubby. It's metabolism.
He's got no rights.
See, this is why.
This is what happens when you worry about what you're going to eat, just in case it's racist.
Yeah.
He's got. But think of all the extra time he has in the day by not thinking about what he's going to eat.
Oh, he doesn't have to make meals. He doesn't have to make
Amazing.
meals.
Very
He gets
productive.
up, eats some old pizza from the night before. Hang on, mate. If he wants fresh pizza in the morning, what's he going to do?
Microwave. He's got
He
frozen,
microwaves
he's got frozen
pizzas.
pizza.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Microwaving a pizza is just that's wrong.
They
Does
showed
he
his
have-
freezer. It's full of pizza.
You know what's even worse than just microwaving a pizza is only eating pizza for 25 fucking years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like an orgasm when he eats it. You should watch
Oh.
that Vice doc.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He doesn't have an orgasm, but he's just like looking at it. He's like, this is perfect. This is the perfect. And someone hands him like a mushroom piece, and he's just like, oh, get away from me. Oh, my God.
Sounds like my kind of guy. I hate mushrooms too. Fuck mushrooms.
You don't like mushrooms, eh?
No, mushroom.
Not even magic?
Yeah, maybe.
No, Byron doesn't do magic mushrooms. but-
Only time I'd eat mushrooms if I
Don't-
was high off my fucking tree on magic mushrooms.
It kills your ego. You'd probably just deflate.
Byron doesn't do drugs. He doesn't ever need to.
I had a pot cookie a little while ago and fucking.
Yeah,
Hey,
hated
you won't
it.
shut up about it. Every podcast you bring it
You
up.
Yeah, you
hated
know
it,
what?
didn't you?
Because it fucked his shit up.
Fucked my shit right up. Yeah. You know, I had a fucking acid trip.
Oh, dear.
I ate a pizza, and I thought I was doing it for 20 years.
He had a show. You did
Yeah.
Romeo section high on mushrooms, didn't you?
No, it was the Cal Tire commercial.
Oh, you're everywhere on television these days.
Oh,
And people
Cal
keep posting
Tire.
on your wall. They're like, "Oh, I saw you taking a shit on television.
Yeah, I know.
I saw you. Your head hurt. I saw you selling tires. Your shit's blown up. You get paid out once, or you get royalties.
Yeah,
What's
I'm still here with you guys, aren't I?
Oh yeah. If he was,
See, you don't care about things that are going on in the world, and for that you get all the work.
Yeah.
People who actually care about things were shunned to on the edge of society.
Good, it's a good thing.
yeah, no one wants to hire you for that job, Eric.
Nobody wants to hire me for anything.
You know, not having an opinion never felt so good.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's right. No one's ever going to hire me for anything. But
Nope.
you know what? It works both ways because I don't have to care about society.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't care either. I just get work.
He just pretends to care.
Yeah.
That's it. What else we got, Matt? Is that it?
Well, that is it for fucking news, but we're going to move on to Who Said It, our game show segment.
Who Said It's back?
That's right, it's Who Said It, the game show that asks 3 contestants this week, who said what? Today's topic, Marilyn Manson versus Charles Manson.
Nice.
Ah.
Very good.
You've put in some work to this, haven't you?
No, actually, I literally did this in 10 minutes today.
Who had more musical talent? Charles Manson.
Charles Manson.
Actually, he did have a band.
He did. He released an album, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my stepfather lived in the house next to him when he had the band, and he was a bass player, and they'd always invite him to come over. He remembers he's like, that guy was a creepy fuck, and I never went over. Yeah, it's very bizarre in California.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's a little tidbit for you.
That's amazing.
A shout out to a man that won't be online and watching this call. There you go, Derek. All right, so first up in Who Said It? Pura, would you keep score for us? And that's 3 people because, Eric, you are playing, whether you like it or not. The first question of Who Said It? Who said the following? Marilyn Manson or Charles Manson? Who said? I'm someone who is open-minded to new experiences because they teach you new things. Who said it?
Marilyn Manson.
I'm going to go with Chuck.
I will say Marilyn.
That is Marilyn Manson. There we go. Point for Eric. Point for Ivan.
All right.
It feels good, doesn't it? It's not much, but it's enough. It's like playing pitch and putt.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Otherwise, I'd be like...
By the way, the winner of this contest gets to donate the proceeds of this to their favorite charity, which is nothing.
Next up on Who Said It, the next question. Who said the following? In a sense, terrorism blossomed in the advent of television. Television promotes terrorism in religion and in politics. Who said it? Marilyn Manson or Charles Manson?
It's Charles Manson, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going with my boy Chuck.
Yeah, I'm going to also guess Charles Manson.
You going with Chuck E. Cheese? Well, that's 3 wrongs. Marilyn Manson said it.
I had a gut feeling. I had a gut feeling, but,
There we go.
He's tricking us. He likes to trick us.
That's good.
Yeah, that's how it works.
2 Marilyns don't make a Charles.
Pura suggested, was it Prince or Jesus Christ? Yeah, I tried it. Too hard. Jesus is always talking about obvious God shit, and Prince is always talking about, the groove. So it's pretty obvious.
It'd just be like Purple Rain was a great album. Jesus.
Yeah, it's too. I gotta everything I do. It has to trick people. Otherwise it's too easy.
Yeah.
Who said the following? Purple Rain. No wait, that's a different. Yeah. All right. The next question of Who Said It? In Who Said It? The following of Who Said It? Who said it? I punched my mother out once. Why did I add an inflection there? I punched my mother out once. Who said the following? Charles Manson or Marilyn Manson? Who punched their mother?
That's going to be, I would say that's Charles Manson.
Yeah, my boy Chuck, once again, I gotta go with Chuck.
There's a history of violence with that guy, Charles Manson.
He didn't kill anyone, if you remember. But you are right, it is Charles Manson. 3 dings. There we go. Give us 3. All right, the next question. There's just 2 left. What's the score at? 2 for Eric, 2 for Ivan, 1 for Byron. All right. You still have a chance.
That's right. Keep his hopes up.
Yeah. The next question. Who said it? Who said the following? I ain't got no magical powers and mystical trips and all that kind of crap. It's just kind of silly. Who said it? I ain't got no magical powers and mystical trips and all that kind of crap. It's just kind of silly.
I'm going to go with Marilyn Manson because of his show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Marilyn too.
I was going to say Marilyn, yeah.
Wrong again. Charles Manson said it.
Oh,
Fuck.
Trickety trick.
The problem is neither one of you really are that aware of what these people say.
No, we're just trying to
We're
guess.
just basing it on what we think they would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that is the last question. So this one is worth 3 points. So
Okay.
that means Byron has a chance to win it if both of you
This
get
is
it
just
wrong.
come on, this is just a socialized game show. Why should he get the chance to win this when he's 1 point behind?
Because Matt's a socialist and it's just fair.
Yeah, and Byron's so pretty.
Yeah.
He keeps winking at me.
That's because he's
From one Teddy to another.
Yeah, there we go. Teddy's got to stick together.
From one Teddy to another. Hello.
All right, so the final question of who said it? Who said the following? Who said it? To me, Satan ultimately represents rebellion. Who said it? Charles Manson or Marilyn Manson?
You know what? Either of them could have fucking said this, and you're so sneaky with these questions. I'm going to go Marilyn.
Going Marilyn?
I'll go Charlie.
I'm also going with Marilyn just because, his show is like his personality is so kind of weird and out of left field.
It is Marilyn Manson.
Oh, Byron, you went
That means
all in on Chucky.
we have a
All in
tie.
on Charlie.
2 winners today. That is Eric Amber and Ivan Penaluna.
All in
Tonight
on
we're
Charlie.
gonna party like it's 099. Who said that? It was Jesus.
Jesus said that, right?
No, that's Paul Pot. Tonight we're going to party like it's year 0.
Yeah.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
There is no time.
So that is it for Who Said It. But again, if you have any personal ideas on what topics we should use for Who Said It, please do send it to us at thedryshaveshow@gmail.com, at The Dry Shave Show on Twitter, or find us on Facebook, wherever we will pay attention and maybe use it if it's not too fucking obvious. Anyways, that is it for the show, but we do have a special editorial. With who?
Pyro Dracula.
There we go.
Hi, I'm Pyro Dracula, and this is my editorial. Hypochondriacs and crazy people. We all know one, right? And we're all so quick to judge. Oh, Bill's so full of it just 'cause he's got the sniffles now. He thinks he's got a grapefruit-sized brain tumor that started leaking. Jesus, Bill, it's just allergies. Or does your brain tumor always only leak when you're wearing a wool sweater while petting your neighbor's cat while standing in a field of ragweed? Take a Claritin and shut the fuck up. Or like how my father is absolutely convinced that his aching left leg has nothing to do with him being in his 70s and almost completely inactive and sitting watching TV in a broken old chair that he refuses to replace even though it makes his back ache. No. It's leg cancer. Terminal leg cancer. Which isn't actually a thing, but that's just because the corrupt doctors refuse to acknowledge that it's a thing. Just a thing that has thus far never shown up on any scans or x-rays. But again, that's because they're corrupt. But you know, if we've learned anything this year from the bravery of Caitlyn Jenner. Seriously, why Caitlyn? Dude looks like every Brenda I've ever known. But I digress. Anyways, what I meant to say was that through him, I've come to realize, through Brenda Jenner's bravery, that we've all just been bigoted and intolerant to these people. Hypochondriac is such a derogatory term. I mean, it implies that there's something wrong with their minds as opposed to what's really going on, which is that their bodies are wrong because they just don't conform to these people's lived experiences. We, I mean me, my brother, and my father's doctor, shouldn't roll our eyes and tell Dad to take an Advil and get some exercise, maybe stretch once in a while. No, that is so wrong. Who are we to say he's wrong if he identifies as a cancer patient? We need to get Dad to a plastic surgeon who can fix the problem for him by implanting something to simulate the... I'm just going to do that sentence again. We need to get Dad to a plastic surgeon who can fix the problem for him by implanting something to simulate the tumor he knows is there and his body just won't produce for him. Nothing too big or fancy. Just your standard Los Angeles porn whore tit implant size should work just fine. We can always have it upgraded to Anna Nicole Smith tit size later when my father realizes and identifies that it's grown bigger. Now, some brave, tolerant, understanding, and unbigoted souls do care enough to help. Like that psychologist who kindly poured bleach in that one chick's eyes when she told him she had always wanted to be blind and identified as such. And look how happy she is now. I mean, she got to meet Dr. Phil and everything. It's a crime how our society took that psychologist's license away in several states. Before he even helped that woman even. Such intolerant assholes. Anyways, so, like I said, we need to learn how to be more helpful to the transabled or the transcancerous and stop being so bigoted. And on a related note, I hereby come out and tell you all that I'm trans wealthy. Yes, I identify as being a rich bitch. Please help me by filling my PayPal account with your life savings. Or, introduce me to any wealthy billionaires, who are just, 1 foot and 4 toes into the grave. That'll help too. Otherwise, if you don't, y'all are a bunch of cis financial scum who should all fuck off and die, you bigots. And that's what I have to say about that.
Thanks very much, Pyra. I do remember the blind woman, or the woman that was perfectly able to see quite well, but she self-identified as a blind person.
Yep.
And therefore, this was a full self-fulfilling prophecy that she realized. And is now blind. She's very happy. The look on her face, it looked like she'd been blind all her life, so maybe that's all she needed.
Exactly.
But hey, what's to stop anybody identifying as anything? There was a headline recently in the... in Zero Hedge, and I think the headline was something along the lines of "Man self-identifies as attack helicopter."
I identify myself as a sexaholic. Blow me.
You can be whatever you like, but isn't that offensive and racist by the very standards that we were talking about earlier on?
Not only that, but speciesist, because we assume it can only be people. I lived with an iguana for many years who identified as God.
Right. So when white people go, I identify as black, in the case of that woman who pretended to be black for a very long time, that's not in any way offensive to those people.
Apparently not.
But that's okay. But if I said, listen, Eminem, forget him. I'm the fucking guy.
Well, he didn't say the magic word. He didn't say identify.
Okay, you got to say self-identify.
Yeah.
So if you're like a rich kid, white kid from the suburbs who identifies being a gangbanger because you wear clothes that don't fit...
You're not ridiculous. You actually, and if people don't realize
that people are being racist by judging you.
Yeah, they're judging you as being ridiculous, and when really they should respect your decision to self-identify as a young
as
black person with.
And it's not just them. We also have to not be bigoted and make fun of all those middle-aged guys in tribute bands. I mean, if Kevin What's-His-Face, friend of my friend, really is so sure that he's Bon Scott. I mean, he is, obviously.
Yeah, in his mind he is, but they call that, a mental infirmity in a lot of
and that's
cultures.
what needs to stop.
And again, we keep on coming back to the issue of mental health. Hey,
the dude gets paid for identifying as
fair
Bon
enough.
Scott. I say that's evidence.
Oh, well, I think the issue is
then he better drink himself to death.
He's working on it.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, do you realize that it's a farce, what you're saying, or do you buy into it completely and are you mentally ill? That's basically the question you have to answer. Everybody has to answer. That woman who thought she was black, or she pretended to be black for financial and professional reasons, but she bought into it so much that it is obviously a mental health issue. She wasn't aware of the ridiculousness of her situation.
And you're just judgmental.
Well, I mean, this is everybody's right to do this. I mean,
Yep.
I'm not. I don't subscribe to the world in which they're trying to create.
I think this whole episode's been about passing judgment where there should be none.
Okay, fair enough.
Exactly.
So when's everybody moving into your house from Syria?
Fuck them. Send them back to the Middle East.
Oh, I think they've moved into the neighborhood already based on the traffic jam getting over here.
I don't
all
think they all got
25,000
They all
right
got
in the.
They all got cars now.
No, I think
they may have borrowed them, but they were definitely. There's more traffic than normal coming over here, all between my jam space and your apartment. So I think Justin Trudeau knows I deserve some extra frustration.
Was that a Cirque du Soleil concert, or was
it's Cirque du Soleil,
or was it Syrian refugees?
No, it's not Syrian refugees.
No,
Vancouver's only getting 3,000. They're going to Surrey and Coquitlam.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, but it's not like we have a fence around Surrey.
No, sure, no, and
Hey,
and
they
sure
go to Surrey and they're going to be like, you know what? Send us back to Syria.
No, I'm sure, the majority of people will be very happy to be here and very, very wonderful members of society.
However, it's the
Better
10 that
than
get
us.
together and decide to fuck our shit up, though.
Yeah, if they get together. I mean, this is the thing that a lot of people miss is that basically, well, that's great. Everybody's great. It's all good. What, 10, 20 years down the line? How's that picture looking? Is that going to be a problem in 10, 20? Well, I don't want to hear about 10. This is all supposition. You don't know whether it's going to be like this, what it's going to be like in 10, 20 years. Yeah, I do. There's a perfect example of it called France and Britain.
Well, although actually, as we've learned in today's show, 10 to 20 years from now, as things decay, they don't have to blow us up. They just have to have yoga classes in the universities, and that's just going to destroy us the same way.
Yoga kills Islamic radical fundamentalists.
All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you very much, everybody. My name is Ivan Penaluna.
I'm Byron Bertram.
I'm Eric Amber.
And I'm Pure Dracula.
Good night.